inside your head. You really cannot catch them
or find their whereabouts. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out.
The motion sensor.
This part has to be replaced with one that's new.
I've got an idea. How about we run to the warehouse and get it?
Because you don't have time to go there. And that way you can keep on working.
All right, then. Only remember the code for the part.
A8375. I'll remember it for sure.
Why is Elisa always there at the wrong time?
Do we have to wait till she goes away?
What for? We'll sneak out behind her. Did you find the part?
It's here. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do it.
Professor Eugenius, you're in here. Do you know why this door just opened? And closed by itself?
Of course I know, Elisa. It's because I converted it into an automatic one. You see, I installed a motion sensor above it.
A motion sensor is like an electronic eye that watches everything that moves in front of it. Did you ever wonder how doors open by themselves at places like stores or at the airport? They open with the help of motion sensors. If the sensor sees that someone walks up to the door, it sends a signal to the door's electric motor. The electric motor opens the door and then automatically closes it after the person walks through it.
That man is just astounding. Only a bit untidy.
The door is automatic now? Then why didn't it open for us on the way here? Because we're too little for that motion sensor. But the part's bigger than we are. Big enough for the sensor to see it. Then how do we get in there?
We can fool that thing if we stay close by the wall.
Now let's keep this as close to the wall as we can.
This door is a little too automatic. And these parts are here again. Didn't I put them away?
The sensor still noticed us.
Here's what we gotta do. Let's break it.
Why do we gotta break it? All we have to do is deactivate the unit.
Sensors are used to help people in all sorts of different situations. For instance, motion sensors notice when someone is moving so they can automatically open a door or turn on a light. Some automobiles are equipped with rain sensors. If it starts raining or snowing, the sensor automatically turns on the car's windshield wipers. There are also sensors that react to how much light there is. In the evening, when it gets dark, light sensors can be used to turn on street lamps. And in the morning, when it gets light again, the sensor switches them off. A smoke detector can sense when there's smoke inside. The sensor can be used to turn on a fire alarm or even an automatic fire extinguishing system.
I turned it off.
That should do the trick. Great job. Let's go. Professor Eugenius, mission accomplished.
Well done, Fixies. Actually, not that well. This part here is A7583.
Uh-huh.
And I asked for A8375.
Digit, didn't you say you knew the code number? I did know it, but somehow forgot it.
Digit, I can't believe that you forgot it. All right, we'll just have to go out one more time.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'll get it this time.
I forgot to warn the professor that we've turned off the sensor. And I'm afraid he's expecting that the door will automatically open up. Professor! Stop! Forgive us, we didn't mean it.
The baby monitor.
Oh, it's my old baby monitor. On. Check. Checking. 1, 2, 3. Checking. It's working.
Why don't we give it to the Johnsons? They just had a baby the other day.
This is mine, and I'm planning on using it.
Aren't you a little too big for it?
No, I'm not big at all.
Well, I didn't realize that you're still a little boy. And a greedy one at that.
They're never gonna notice this. Hey, Fixies, are you here?
We're here now. Why did you call us?
I gotta show you how I turned into a mind reader.
I find that just a little hard to believe.
Okay, then I'll show you. I'll leave you alone, and then you'll hide this button wherever you want. Then I'll come back and find it.
You got it. So where's a good hiding place? Well, we gotta think of one. Right here, under the keyboard. Great! Go on, Nolik. Come on in. We're ready for you.
And now, I'm going to read your thoughts. Here I go. You hid the button here. Look! Ta-da!
He really does read minds.
Oh, that was a lucky guess. Bet you can't do it again.
Well, I bet you I can.
We're gonna have to be sneakier.
Verda, she's the most beautiful girl in our class. She knows it, too, and doesn't hesitate to use it. She can even be a bit sneaky, like when she needs help with her homework. Then Digit suddenly becomes her best friend. But if she doesn't want to carry her pack-a-mat, she'll say, "Fire, please help me. You're just such a strong Fixie." But all us boys like her just the same. Digit does, and Nolik does, and I guess I do, too. Although, I really like Simka more. Or maybe Verda. Or both of them. I haven't decided yet. Verda can be difficult and even bossy sometimes. But one thing I know for sure, Verda's a good friend. A friend that'll always come help. Well, that is if she's able to pry herself away from the mirror.
I think that we should throw it down into this pencil cup. But then we concentrate on another place.
That is good, but it won't work, Fixies.
Come on in.
Uh-huh. Aha! It's in here. Tidish?
Simka, were you thinking about the cup? No, I swear. And my mind was blank. Then who did, huh? Uh-huh. Tom Thomas, what do you say we go again?
As many times as you want.
I know how he's been doing all of this. It's a baby monitor. That's how we can hear what we're saying. I don't get it. A baby monitor helps parents watch over their babies. The system has 2 units that look like wireless telephones. The parents keep one of the units by their side and put the other one in the room where the baby is sleeping. If the baby suddenly wakes up and starts crying, the unit in the baby's room will pick up the sound and send it by radio waves to the parents' unit. Mom or Dad will hear the crying and go and comfort their child. And so he's listening to us now. This time I know what we should do. We'll hide it under the globe.
Ooh.
Go on.
Uh-huh. Aha! Huh?
where is it?
If you read our minds, you'd find your button under the baby monitor.
You tricked me. That's really not nice.
And spying on us is nice, you think?
I'm sorry, I just thought it'd be fun.
Well, anyhow, Tom Thomas, you're too old for this thing. Unless, of course, you still need it.
I'm not a baby. I was just, checking it. I'll go and give it to Mom. Mom, I'm not greedy.
About what?
Let's give this monitor to the Johnsons, and this car is for their baby boy.
I don't think that baby's big enough yet for your car.
So what? Soon he's gonna get bigger and become a big boy, right? Like me.
The key card.
Whoopa! Well, Professor Eugenius, your kennel's back in action.
Tiddy!
Ah, why, thank you. I've been longing for a cup of tea. Yes.
There's no tea left in here.
Then I'll go ask Lisa if she has some.
Look! Professor Eugenius! You forgot the key! The key! Don't close the door! Simka, you must be joking. That's a key. This is nothing but a plastic card. But it is a key. A special kind. It's called a key card. To open up a combination lock, you need to enter a code in the correct order. That means if you can't remember the code, you can't open the lock. But if the lock uses a key card, there isn't any code to memorize because the code is held inside the card's memory, and the lock can read the code from the card. Of course, key cards don't work with any lock. They have to be smart locks that are able to read electronic codes. When the smart lock reads the correct code, it opens right up.
Elisa, do we have any tea here?
Of course, Professor Eugenius.
Wonderful. I'll take one bag then. Oh, I left my key inside the lab. Can I borrow yours?
Just don't forget to give it back.
Of course I'll give it back. Come on, Elisa. I got myself a tea bag.
Professor Eugenius, the water's boiling.
Fantastic. Ta-ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ch-ch-chai. Wait a second. Oh no. I was supposed to give something back to Elisa.
Why don't you go and ask her?
Right. I'll be right back.
Professor Eugenius! That's card number 2 now.
Elisa, I promised you something, didn't I?
Yes, the key. You said you'd return it.
Yeah, sure. Let me get it. Just a sec. Oh, I locked it in the lab.
It's terrible. How will you ever get back into the laboratory now?
You see, there is one way, but it's a secret. Would you mind leaving for a couple of minutes? Colleague, Professor, can you do me a little favor? The key. I think I left it on the table.
Yeah, right. It's true. So how do we solve this?
I need to think about it. What's there to think about? We just have to go and push it under the door.
You think you can do it?
Yeah! It's time to get to work.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, were you just calling for me?
Yeah, no, Lisa, not for you.
It's so heavy.
Do you know where Digit ran off to? Ow!
Digit's off somewhere thinking. He's always doing that when it's time to work. Hard to port. Hard to starboard.
Way to go, Nolik.
Then who were you talking to?
Actually...
Oh, what's that?
Where? What?
What was that?
Come on, let's try again.
Look, do you see that?
It's telekinesis. It's the power to transport things with your mind.
You are just astounding. Was that done with your mind, too?
The door? Yeah, sure.
You are a genius.
Professor Eugenius is a very talented scientist and a dear old friend of the Fixies. He always helps the Fixies, and the Fixies are happy to help him too. Professor Eugenius let the Fixies set up their school right here at his laboratory. It's hard to imagine a better place for a Fixie school. People from all over the city bring all sorts of things to the laboratory to be tested, from computers, phones, and furniture to food and toys. Professor Eugenius uses his expertise to check the quality of all these different things. To help him carry out his experiment, his laboratory is filled with a variety of tools and machines. Yes, Professor Eugenius is a very smart man, but he can be absent-minded. Lucky for him, he's got us Fixies around.
Thanks for everything.
Sliding the keycard under the door? That was Simka's awesome idea.
But the door opened wide while the card was still on the floor.
That's strange.
There's nothing strange about it. I'm the one who opened it. How? I climbed in the lock, that's all. Figured out how it worked, and Tadish.
Very clever. That's a real Tadish. I guess that thinking before you go and fix something ought to be what we all study next.
Reflexes.
Add this to that. Now what do you get? Ah, 3. Don't you remember? Bark, bark, bark. All you have to do is bark 3 times.
That's too hard a trick for Chusaka. Maybe you could teach her to jump through a hoop.
I already tried. She just sits there. Come on, Chusaka, give it a try.
Try showing her this sugar.
Chusaka. Alley-oop. Come on, jump.
See you, Tom Thomas. It's time for us to go to school. See you later, animal tamer.
Great job, Chusaka.
Our lesson for today is on the subject of reflexes. I'll write it here for you.
What's the lesson?
Someone's late again.
Ah, colleague, my glasses are gone. Are they here?
They're right there on your forehead.
Ooh, how about that? Forgive me for interrupting.
Let's continue our class. And so,
Thanks so much.
so you turned into screws again. Does anyone know why that is?
Because we have to hide ourselves from humans.
But you don't have to hide yourself from Professor Eugenius.
But we didn't know it was him at the door.
Right you are. You had already transformed before you had time to think. And that's what we call a reflex. To explain it in simple words, a reflex is when our body reacts to something automatically without needing any time at all to think about it. When we touch something very hot, we instantly jerk our hand back. When we're about to fall, we swing our arms and legs to try to keep our balance. Just imagine what would happen if we started thinking how and in which direction to move them. So it's fair to say that our reflexes help to protect us.
No kidding. They protect us.
My nose itches. Achoo. Excuse me, I didn't mean it. Professor, sneeze. Is that also a reflex?
It most certainly is one. Fire didn't want to, but then his nose tickled and achoo. Bless you, too.
Thank you.
And do dogs also have reflexes? Of course dogs have reflexes. All animals do.
Yeah. It's something all good animal trainers know. They use the animals' reflexes to teach them tricks. Many humans teach their pets lots of commands, like to bring a ball, to count, or even to dance. But to train a pet, you gotta know what to do. A good animal trainer always has plenty of treats handy. As soon as an animal follows a command correctly, like standing on its hind legs or jumping over a hurdle, the animal gets a treat. And then the trainer makes a unique signal right away, like clicking his fingers or blowing a whistle. After repeating this training over and over, the animal develops a reflex. Once it gets the signal, it carries out the command and then gets a treat. But the most important thing about animal training is to love your trainee and never hurt it. Otherwise, no treat will work.
Tom Thomas, we just learned in Fixie school how you can train Chusaka.
Yeah?
With the help of reflexes.
With what?
Where's Chusaka? Call her.
Chusaka, come here.
Give her a math problem. A nice simple one.
Add this to that. Now what do you get? It's a miracle! 3! You got it!
No, it's not a miracle. Science is what it is. You know how Chusaka barks whenever she sees a Fixie around. That's what we call a reflex, you know.
I understand. And do you know how I can teach her jumping?
Well, we didn't figure that out yet.
Wait a sec, I know how. Chasing Fixies. Isn't that one of Chusaka's reflexes?
Probably,
That's
although...
great, so let's go and train the dog.
Nothing's ever too much for a good friend.
Chusaka.
It's pretty tough work being a dog trainer.
The nightlight.
They're very close. I can feel them. Help me! Help me! Help me!
That's all. You've had enough monsters. It's not good to watch these kinds of movies before bed.
Mom, really, I'm not scared. Let me watch the end, would you?
I told you, that's all. Well, good night, honey.
Ah! Who's there? Ah, they're very close. I feel them. Ah.
Can you believe it? He's sleeping, and he didn't turn the light off. Yeah, and so? And so, if every human went to sleep with a light on, there wouldn't be enough electricity to go around. Hup!
Everyone can probably remember walking into an empty room with the lights turned on, or finding a TV on that nobody's watching. One little light or TV might not seem like much, but just imagine how many people are living on this earth. Well, if everybody forgot to turn off the lights or TV when they weren't being used, the amount of wasted electricity would equal the amount of energy produced by 100 power plants. And each of these power plants needs freight cars of coal or rivers of oil to keep running. And all that fuel has to be extracted and burned constantly. Now do you see how expensive burning a light bulb is for the Earth? So don't forget to turn off electrical appliances when you're not using them. It's so easy.
Ah, who turned off the light? Ah. Ah! They're very close. I feel them. I feel them. I feel them.
Look, what's up with him? I think he's playing sleep hockey. Looks like his position is left out. Ha ha. Anyway, he should get a penalty for wasting electricity.
Monsters!
Hey, what do you think we are, hockey pucks?
Nolik, Simka, forgive me.
Who did you think we were?
Monsters.
Well, I see how you could mistake Simka for one, but obviously not me. Tom Thomas, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping with the light on?
I was so dumb. I watched this monster movie on TV before bed. Now I'm scared to sleep without the light on.
And that dumb old monster flick, why were you watching it?
I felt like getting scared.
You're great at getting scared. Keep quiet, or we'll wake up your mom and dad.
How am I gonna fall asleep now?
Here's a good idea. You can use a nightlight. A nightlight is a little light that humans who don't like to sleep in the dark use in their rooms. The nightlight has a dim glow. That's because it works with a special kind of light bulb that uses very little electricity. These kinds of light bulbs are called energy efficient. That's hard to say. And you can find nightlights that use such low energy bulbs that they can work off of a battery.
But you know there isn't a nightlight here.
How would you get by without us? Tonight, I'm here to help you. I'm gonna be your nightlight. Look, right there. There's our lampshade.
Thanks so much. You really are a friend indeed, Nolik.
It was easy. Just go to sleep.
Nolik. Do you know any good stories?
I know one about a big meat grinder.
Nah, no way. You'd better tell me a story about a nice, kind Fixie.
Ah, I know a good one. And here's how it goes. Grandpoos was working inside of a very big clock. Actually, the clock wasn't that big. And I'm not sure if it was Grandpoos, but it was a clock. I think.
The cartoon.
Yeah? Like that. Yeah.
Tom Thomas, aren't you done yet? Yeah, show us your surprise and quit drawing.
But this is the surprise. So, make yourselves comfortable. Quiet on the set, and action.
Huh? You should put a huge bump on his head. It's just like a cartoon that you drew him there. He did draw us a real cartoon there. Oh, right. Real cartoons, they only show them on television. But they make them exactly the same way. Animation is made with many, many pictures called frames. Each one of the frames is a little bit different from the one that comes right before it. For example, a character can lift his arm up a little bit at a time. And then, if you watch the frames very quickly, one right after the other, it looks like the character is really moving. And that's how cartoons are made. And you know what? To make 1 minute of a cartoon, you might have to draw more than 1,000 frames.
Oh, wow. I'm not patient enough for that.
It's no big deal that your cartoon's short. Especially since it's funny. Yeah, it's so funny. Tom Thomas, who's this kooky guy you drew here?
You're just joking, Nolik. You don't recognize yourself?
So this is supposed to be me on here? Did you already forget what happened to you this morning? Simka, you're it. You can't catch me. I'm too fast for you. You weren't too fast for the pole. Simka, you didn't have to tell him about that. Real sisters don't treat their brothers like that. Oof. And your cartoon's not funny at all.
Nolik, don't go.
It's okay. He just needs to sulk for a while. While he's gone, there's something I want to show you. Do you have a cartoon you can put on the TV?
I have plenty.
What should I do?
Let's watch it again. But now I want to show you the same cartoon a frame at a time. Here, take a look. This is a frame, and here's another and another. Isn't that cool?
Uh-huh. So cool.
And then back at regular speed, there's 25 frames every second.
What should I do?
It's magical.
Simka, you know, I feel awful for Nolik.
Yeah, I feel awful too.
There are many different ways of making animation. Hand-drawn animation is, of course, drawn by hand, and stop motion is made like this. The animators pose the model and take a picture of it. Then they move the model a little bit and take another picture. And they do it again and again and again until there are enough frames to make the characters look like they're moving very smoothly across the screen. Another popular style of animation is clay animation. In these films, everything is built and rebuilt out of modeling clay. But today, most of the cartoons are made on a computer. At first, they make a computer model of a character, a sort of digital puppet. After the models are built, they are colored and animated to move. This is the kind of animation that's used in the Fixie cartoons.
Tom Thomas, what are you doing? Are you drawing a new cartoon?
Nah, I started fixing the old one, so Nolik will stop being angry.
Good. Keep drawing, and I'll go and get him. Nolik! I'm not here! Nolik, forgive me. Please don't be so mad. There's a cartoon to watch. I've already seen your stupid cartoon. So what'd you do now? Put a huge bump on my head?
Not a chance. I did it all over again. I'm sure you'll love it.
You're sure of that? All right, go ahead. Show me your cartoon.
Quiet on the set, and action.
There you go. Now that cartoon I really liked.
Good, 'cause I'm all out of paper.
Well, I think the first cartoon was funnier. Whoa, but this one's much better, of course. Yeah.
The internet.
Well, maybe it's,
Don't think so. It's probably,
You call for me, children? What's the matter?
take a look.
I've never seen anything like it.
What in the world could it be?
Hit!
Maybe it's a bathroom scale?
Or a clock with a digital display.
Wait a sec. Are there instructions around here for this thing?
I couldn't find them anywhere.
That's a problem. Well, then let's try to figure it out.
What are you trying to figure out up there? What a huge hockey puck! It's big enough for a monster! And the name is so silly, T-Robot. Why don't they just call it the Trollbot? Or I got it, the Trollboat. Please, stop the racket.
So what could this thing do, huh?
I have no idea.
We could try finding it on the internet.
Where? Just run along, you two. We don't need any internets. We can handle this.
Go on, go. Don't interrupt us. Sure, whatever you say. Come, Nolik. We'll find it out by ourselves. Yeah. How? So, you remember what it was called? A troll boat. Nah, a trollbot. You're right. Hop to it. That's not it. Oh, T-Robot. You're right. There it is. A robotic vacuum cleaner. You mean it vacuums by itself? It's a robot, so yeah. Class. There's just so much cool stuff in this computer. Nolik, this information is not on this computer. It's on the internet. From your computer, you can send a letter to another computer. You can also download a song or a photo from another computer. That's all possible because most of the computers in the world are connected to one another as part of a huge web. And this World Wide Web is what we call the Internet. Thanks to the Internet, we can take a peek at just about anywhere in the world and find information we need about anything. It's an electronic vegetable slicer.
No, it's a printer for round sheets of paper.
There's no way.
Grandpoos, we found out what they do with it.
You're back again? You mustn't interrupt the adult.
Just wait a second. Nolik, turn it on.
Turn what on? Don't you turn on anything.
Ready, set, jump!
Help me!
No, hold on!
What was that?
It's a robotic vacuum cleaner. It runs itself.
And where did you find the instructions for it?
On the internet. Just ask and it tells you.
You can really just ask and it tells you?
Uh-huh. If you want, we can show you. We'd love to see it.
Sure, why not? Yep. Whoa!
On the internet. Hey, wait for me!
What's an elephant weigh? What's an elephant weigh? What's an elephant weigh? The answer's easy to get.
It says it weighs 5 tons. It says it weighs 5 tons. It says it weighs 5 tons here on the internet.
It says it weighs 5 tons. It says it weighs 5 tons. It says it weighs 5 tons here on the internet. You send a letter to me. I send a letter to you. You send a letter to me. It's just so easy to do.
We're writing letters now. They're fun to send and to get. We're writing letters now through the internet.
We're writing letters now. They're fun to send and to get. We're writing letters now through the internet.
Who, what, where, and how. Who, what, where, and how. Who, what, where, and how. The answer's simple to get.
Every fact you need, every fact you need is on the internet. Every fact you need, every fact you need, every fact you need is on the internet.
The team.
The first period is almost over. Tom Thomas's team is leading 2-0. There's no getting around the difference in class.
Simka, pass it to me. Simka, over here.
Goal! 3-0. And that's the end of the period. Time for the teams to take a break.
This isn't a fair game. There's 6 of these guys and only 2 of us.
Go ahead and call your classmates. I'll still outscore you.
You sure about that? Uh-huh. Well, Tom Thomas, you asked for it.
Young Fixies take classes and study just like human kids. But Fixie schools are quite a bit different than schools for people. To begin with, there are no more than 10 students in a room. In Simka's class, for instance, there are 6, and the children don't study in one place. On one day, the lesson could be inside a refrigerator, the next day in a computer, and the day after that in a vacuum cleaner. This is the best way for Fixies to learn all about them and put their new knowledge to the test. But the most important thing is that they have to learn to work as a team and help each other. Stronger Fixies helping weaker ones, and older Fixies helping younger ones. This is a must for Fixies, because appliances are so very big that if we didn't work as a team, we little Fixies could never get by.
As the second period is about to begin, our full team comes to the ice.
Huh?
Introducing the engine of our class, Fire!
My motor's roaring.
And now the brains of our class, Digit!
Okay, what's the score?
Now here is the spirit of our class, Tula! Could I be our goalie? And here she is, the face of our class, Verda! And oh, what a cute one. So you want to quit, Tom Thomas?
I'm not afraid of you.
Nolik, pass!
Shoot!
I'm calculating the angle to use. Whoa!
Oops! Pass it quick! Quit sleeping! If you're gonna scream at me, I'm not going to play at all.
Wow, that's some team you got there. Six, nothing. It's a blowout. Now the intermission before the final period.
We're missing something here. I can tell you what. You mean confidence? Calculations? Elegance?
I know speed.
What's missing here's teamwork. Simka, you're right. It's one for all and all for one. Then here's what we're gonna do. We got it.
Attack and check, don't lose control. A line change on the fly. The puck is zooming towards the goal to score and break the tie.
It's one for all and all for one. Great teamwork is a must. Let's go and show 'em how it's done. This game was made for us.
Hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Tell me again, what's the name of our game? Hockey. I can't hear you. Hockey. Oh, hockey's our game. Hockey. Hockey's our game. Hockey. Hockey's our game. Hockey. Hockey's our game. Hockey. I love that hockey.
Hooray! We won, Tom Thomas. What do you say now?
How did I get creamed like that?
'Cause you're by yourself here, and we are a team.
The stain.
Tom Thomas, what's going on? If you really want to watch TV, then you gotta turn it on first.
I'm not watching it, I'm looking at my reflection. I'm working on a self-portrait.
And which shelf will you be painting in your shelf portrait?
It's not a shelf portrait, it's called a self-portrait. It's when an artist draws or paints a picture of himself.
Of himself? Ha! You think you've got muscles like this superhero I see here on this paper?
How can I see exactly what my muscles look like? And anyway, let the artist do his work.
Tom Thomas, your shirt! There's a spot!
Oh no!
Wipe it off, quickly!
It's even worse. So now what?
What we really need is Marcia.
Ordinary dirt can be cleaned off with a brush or washed off with water. But there are stains that are not that easy to get rid of. Stains from fruit need to be soaked in hot water first. Blood stains, on the other hand, should never be washed in hot water. You can clean stains from paint or rust as well. Only for those, you'll need to use a special stain remover. But stain removers should only be used with the help of a parent or other adult that knows how to use them safely.
Hey, I know a great way to do it. What do you use to get rid of pencil marks?
An eraser. Only this shirt isn't paper.
And so what? Let's try it. What's the harm?
Now I've got 3 colors to get off.
New idea. We should paint over it with this correction pen.
With whiteout?
Yeah!
That was a bad idea.
Now I got it. You have to use some water.
The wash should be better, don't you think?
No, you can't wash whites with colors. And you've got a white shirt with colors all over it.
Then how about if we try some more water?
How much more can you use?
Any more ideas?
You know what? It's possible we did something wrong. Everything you did was wrong. You should have used a spot remover to clean off that stain. A spot remover? No way! Oh, take a look at it, Simka. I think it's marvelous. They painted that white shirt so nicely. Tula is Simka's best friend. She's very tall, almost as tall as Papoose. Yeah, she's the tallest one in her class. And she's strong, too. Tula loves to laugh, and she does it louder than everybody. That's just the way she is. Cheerful and kind. Ready to help anyone who needs it, and making sure her friends are getting along. Of course, I don't like that she treats me like a baby, especially since she's the one that's a scaredy cat. She can even get scared of a cute little spider. And she believes in all sorts of silly superstitions and horoscopes. Tula will believe anything you tell her, which is really great because it makes it so easy to play tricks on her. But she takes it all in good fun. That's because she's Tula. It was on purpose, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Tom Thomas, no! Your mom will punish you for just one of them, and now you're gonna make more stains?
Don't worry, Nolik. I forgot that this is an old shirt, and I'm allowed to get it all dirty if I want.
And I tried so hard to clean it. Put another spot there. And over here. One in the middle. And a line over there. Splendid. That looks great. And how about down there? Wow. It's like fireworks. Splendid. There's a name for this style of painting, and properly speaking, it's an abstract painting. They have lots of lines and spots, and everyone sees whatever they want in them. Yeah, look! A golden ball by the river! And there's Tom Thomas with an F on his report card.
Tom Thomas, what did you do to your room? And your shirt?
You know what they call it? It's, abstract art.
There's something good in it. I like it. Abstract art. Isn't it great?
Ah, my little artist.